Hello, wine lovers! I'm Miroslava, sommelier and wine educator, your guide on this journey through a world of wines, spirits, and cocktails. Summer, bright sun, heat. It is the season when we crave everything vivid, vibrant, and refreshing. And it is the perfect time for sangria. Sangria is a wine-based beverage made with wine, fruit, and, optionally, sweeteners, brandy or another spirit, and soda water of any kind. The traditional ingredients for sangria are red wine, fruits like citruses, peaches, pears, apples, and anything else from a good fruit shelf, brandy, and a sweetener such as sugar or honey. All the ingredients are infused together, chilled, and served over ice. You can think of sangria as a type of punch, or as a summer cousin of glühwein or mulled wine, where the ingredients are the same, but instead of being heated, sangria is chilled. As with any folk recipe passed down through centuries, there is not single definitive recipe for sangria. It just simply needs to stay within certain frames to be called sangria. EU law protects names like sangria and other flavored wines, such as a vermouth. Sangria must be a beverage made from wine and aromatized with citruses or other fruits or fruit essences. It may contain sweeteners, carbon dioxide, and pieces of fruit. Its alcohol content must be between 4 and 12%. So, as you can see, there is plenty of room for creativity. Sangria's homeland is Spain and Portugal, and the word sangria means blood. While there are many legends about the origins of the name, it most likely comes from the drink's deep red color. Sangria's origins date back to the early centuries AD, to the time when Roman expansion into what is now Spain and Portugal. The Romans brought both winemaking and the custom of adding wine to water. In hot climate, drinking water was not often safe, so adding the wine helped reduce the risk. Wine improved not only just water safety, but also its taste. Over time, people began adding fruit to the wine-water mix, and step by step came to sangria. For a long time, only the Spanish and Portuguese enjoyed it, but eventually sangria made its way across the world. In the early 18th century, it arrived to Latin America, brought by Spanish and Portuguese settlers who wanted something familiar to drink in their new home. Sangria quickly became popular there. Around the same time, sangria also reached Britain, where it gained popularity under the name Claret Cup Punch. The British made it using Bordeaux, the most popular red wine in England at the time, and claret was the English term for Bordeaux. When, in 1964, the Spanish Pavilion in the World's Fair in New York served a glass of sangria to every visitor. That single gesture sparked sangria's popularity in the United States. The recipe for sangria is simple. Chop some fruit and pour wine over it. If you like, add a splash of brandy or another spirit of your choice. Then sweeten it to taste with sugar, honey, or fruit juice. After that, let it chill in the fridge. You can leave it there for a few hours or even a few days. Sangria tastes better after staying at least one night in the fridge, giving the right time to absorb the aromas of the fruit. When your sangria is ready, just add ice, either to the glasses or the jug, pour and enjoy. Citrus fruits with red wine are a classic combination. For more authentic flavor, try using Rioja. Or if you feel more culturally aligned with Merry England, a Bordeaux blend works just as well. Of course, the fruit will change the wine's taste, so don't waste high-end bottle. Just choose a wine that matches your preferences. If you like a softer, smoother taste, go with Tempranillo. If you prefer something bolder, reach for a Cabernet. As I have already mentioned, sangria offers endless room for creativity. Use any fruits you like. In the south of Spain, for example, sangria is traditionally made with peaches and nectarines. That version is called zura. Red wine is not a rule either. You can make sangria with a white wine and get sangria blanca. Or make your sangria with cava, Spain's famous sparkling wine, and enjoy a bubbly festive sparkling sangria. Of course, any sparkling wine will do, but cava keeps traditional. In today's world, where supply meets every demand, you can even buy bottled sangria ready to drink. Some Spanish wineries specialize in producing it. According to EU wine law, if sangria is made anywhere outside of Spain or Portugal, the country of origin must be clearly stated in the name of the product. Only Spain and Portugal can call it simply sangria. You can also try sangria in cafe or restaurant. In its homeland, sangria is served almost everywhere. But be cautious, especially in popular tourist area. Sometimes IGA vendors will try to pass off Tinta de Verano as sangria, but just an expensive red wine mixed with ice and diluted with lemon soda or sweet soda water. If you are unsure what is being offered, don't hesitate to ask about the ingredients. But truly, the best sangria is the one you made yourself. Freshly prepared sangria always tastes better than a bottled version, and the choice of fruit, wines and extras is completely up to you. I made my sangria with red wine, oranges, lemons, and I add a splash of brandy. Let's try. This one for you, this one for me. Just remember, sangria is a social drink, so don't forget to invite some friends over to share a picture of freshly made sangria and enjoy the summer. Stay with me, subscribe to my channel. Feel free to ask questions and don't hesitate to support me. Salud!